Good evening. The former Union has left many unresolved problems after it. The Supreme Soviet has decided to provide the Finance Ministry 30 billion rubles. In Grozny, a pro-Dadaev political rally has finally ended. The Chechen militia continues to blockade the Interior Ministry troops. Armenia, a continued economic blockade. In Baku, the Azerbaijani Supreme Soviet session continues. Marshal Shaposhnikov is in Germany, and Yugoslavia sees a ceasefire near Dubrovnik. Decree of President Yeltsin, in which Ahmed Asanov is released from responsibility of the function of being the official Russian representative in the Chechen English region. The situation in Grozny will be talked about later. Now, there is no more Central Union, but there are numerous problems left afterwards. One of them is financing the Union ministries. The State Bank will provide the Finance Minister 30 billion rubles. This was the main topic of discussion at the Supreme Soviet session today. Today this issue was discussed in the Council of Republics. Yesterday, the Union Council chamber approved this measure. There were unaccounted debts of $50 billion. That also was discussed. The catastrophic situation of the budget was noted, and the chamber proposed the discussion with the president at the State Council starting tomorrow, a proposed emergency budget for the fourth quarter. The 30 billion rubles, well, this was discussed at a Kremlin press conference by the chairman of the Union Council on Budget and Finance. Where will these monies be found, these 30 billion? We have nowhere to take them from. The State Bank of the USSR has no reserves, and we are speaking only if we confirm this measure, these credits, we'll be speaking of just printing money. Grozny, today, we have good news for the first time in a few days. After several months, the political rally supporting President Dadaev has finally ended. Grozny is calm today. The central square is empty. Traffic has been renewed. Railroads are working once again. The Chechen Congress had a press conference for Soviet and international journalists. They discussed the wide support given to the Chechen region by the neighboring peoples and the Confederacy of Caucasian Mountain Peoples. The situation in the Republic is being controlled by the Executive Committee of the Chechen Congress and by the National Guards. Such guard posts have been established on the borders of the area, and their goal is to stop the inflow of arms and to stop the outflow of food and other materials. However, the outflow of the Russian-speaking population continues, especially recently. The situation is very serious. This is the leader of the Grozny division of the Tersk Cossacks. The outflow of Russian speakers has increased recently. And our goal is to gather all democratic forces in the Chechen English Republic and to gather them together to halt this process, the outflow of the Russian-speaking population. At this stage, we are preparing a conference of the Russian-speaking population, which will be coordinated with the leadership of the Republic, and I believe this conference will finalize many decisions. We will be able to stabilize the situation. We plan to hold this conference November 12th, but due to the circumstances, the emergency situation declared by Russia, we have postponed this conference to November 23rd. We hope we can have it. troublesome news from the English regions. Dudayev had a press conference today in which he stated that only by accepting the legality of the Chechen Republic can Russia have talks with the Chechen leadership. Dudayev also noted that the Chechen Republic will fight for independence only using peaceful means. The seventh day of an English political rally, the people are protesting against the slow pace of the Russian government resolution of the problems of repressed nations and nationalities. Yesterday, we reported from Grozny that a KGB officer was arrested by the Chechen Special Police. This Major Viktor Nikolaevich Tostenyov, he was armed, and this was considered to be illegal by the Special Police of Chechnya. The KGB is not considered to be legal on the territory of the Chechen region. The Special Police representative declared that Tostenyov will be tried by the people. The Division of Communications of the Russian KGB communicated today that they have gained information that the corpse of Major Tostenyov is in the morgue. This is murder, illegal murder. This area has been the center of conflicts in the Caucasus Mountain region. Georgian President Gamsahordia spoke in Tbilisi in support of the Chechen Ingush region. The Cossacks of Stavropol have set up lookout posts on the border with Chechen Ingushetia. The situation in neighboring Kabardina and Balkaria. Events occurring in the Caucasus Mountains today, especially in the Chechen Ingush area, have disturbed many in our republic. The first deputy chairman of the Supreme Soviet of the Kabardino-Balkaria region. Any conflicts must be resolved peacefully. As the first deputy chairman of the Supreme Soviet of Kabardino-Balkaria, I declare that in connection with the Chechen Ingush situation, we have not allowed any movement of special troops through our republic. In Ufa, the 9th session of the Balkrashtastan Congress was completed. One of the main issues were constitutional amendments in the light of the decision to conduct the election of the first president of Bashkir on December 15th. The chairman of the Supreme Soviet, Rahimov, proposed to delay these elections. Today at lunchtime, the Bashkir TV center was blocked. Why are we here? It's their only way to be broadcast, or only means to be broadcast. They have a word put out. Everything occurred so quickly. Everybody just came upon this broadcast. This is an electromechanic. Of course, I was alarmed when they entered the studio. Finally, an agreement was reached between representatives of the Bashkir youth and the People's Deputy was reached. An appeal by the Bashkir youth was broadcast to have a timely election for the Republic President. The chairman of the committee of the Supreme Soviet of Bashkiristan. Until now, the former autonomous republics within Russia are not used to working independently. So the conflict is over in this area. But why? We have been trying to change our history in such violent ways. Why are we trying to grab control of TV stations and newspapers? The Republic of Karelia, this is the new name of the former Karelian ASSR. This decision was reached at the 10th session of the Supreme Soviet of Karelia. Armenia, Yerevan, has 3 days of energy supplies left. Azerbaijan has cut off Armenian energy supplies. For 8 days, no energy, no gas has been provided for Armenia. The Azerbaijanis have cut off the pipes. This is immoral, I believe. We can't cook lunch, we can't study with our children, we cannot do anything except by